Welcome to Talking Football on 1252 Sports Entertainment. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I am Fat Mike, and this is Talking Football on 1252 Sports. We are back and at it yet again for a big Week 13 matchup slate here for us. We are going to be talking about the Bears and Lions game, Week 13 matchup this week. Going to break down a little bit about what happened last week. I don't really even want to talk about it, but it is what it is. All right, so with me each and every single week, as always, is our guy, Angelo Ace Camacho. Let's welcome him on in. Angelo, what's going on, my friend? Good morning.
What's up, Mike? How you doing this morning?
Good, man. Good. I'm ready for a big Week 13. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I can't wait.
Right.
And also joining us again each and every single week is Tyler DeMouse over at DeMouse Fantasy. Tyler, what's going on, brother?
How's it going, guys? How's it going? Football Sunday.
It's here. Football Sunday. We had a lot of big things happen last week in the NFL. And we're going to go over that in just a minute. But we also wanted to give you guys a heads up around the 9:45 timestamp. We are also welcoming back again Erik Lambert from over at Sports Mockery. I'm really happy to bring him on yet again another week to talk about the Bears' upcoming matchup, Week 13 matchup against the Lions here. It should be a lot of fun, and I'm very, very interested to see what he has to say. I want to ask him about the article that he wrote. I don't know if you guys had a chance to read that, but it's something that we can definitely talk about and discuss. But so last week in the PICKEMS, let's go over the Week 12 matchup slate as it was. Anyways, it seemed like Week 12 was never going to end, guys, and I really did mean that. With all it started on Thanksgiving and it ended this past Wednesday. It seemed like it was never ever going to end. It was like a bad episode of the Twilight Zone. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I mean, it was ridiculous. It started on Thursday where the Texans rolled the Lions 41-25 on Thanksgiving. It wasn't even fun to watch that game. And then after that, we saw the Washington football team completely stomp the Dallas Cowboys dicks in the turf 41-16. That was a ridiculous game. It was just craziness at its it was just nuts. All right. I couldn't understand what the hell was going on in either of those games. High scoring points, but luckily I did win 2 bets on that week's schedule. After that, we had the Bills beat the Chargers. Now this is the Sunday slate here, guys. Starting off with the noon games there. The Bills did knock off the Chargers in Buffalo 27-17. After that, the Titans beat the Indianapolis Colts 45-26, which I called, by the way. That was a good game. I really liked that game. We had the Vikings beating the Panthers 28-27. We had the Browns barely escaping the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-25. I don't know how that happens. Mike Glennon, your starting quarterback, and the guy goes fucking ham all over you. What are you doing? The Giants barely beat the Bengals last week 19-17. Danny Dimes is hurt, not starting today, but we will talk about more about that a little bit later as we go on. We had the Patriots beat the Cardinals 20-17. This game was ridiculous. Like, I didn't know. The Cardinals are not a good team. They're not a good team, I don't think. I don't know if Kyler Murray's banged up. I don't know if Bill Belichick just understands on how to take your best player out of the game each and every single week. But it was that game pissed me off. After that, we had the Dolphins trouncing the Jets 20-3. We got the Falcons with a huge upset over the Oakland Raiders last week, a game that burned me so many ways. The Falcons won 43-6. David Carr did not look good in that game. The Raiders offense did not look good in that game. Falcons defense looked really good in that game. Then we got the Saints beating the Broncos 31-3. The Broncos started a backup what was it? Help me out here. He was like a practice squad wide receiver, right?
Practice squad wide receiver who had not played quarterback since his freshman year in college.
At Wake Forest, correct? He was a Wake Forest quarterback?
That I don't know off the top of my head.
I think it was Wake Forest, so it doesn't really matter. Angelo looks so happy. Look at him.
I'm just listening. You do a good job of recapping the games.
All right, and then after that, we have the 49ers beating the Rams. Again, guys, like I said, I told you, this Rams team is back and forth. I think they're fucking phonies. I don't like this team. They suck. the Chiefs barely squeaking out with a win against the Buccaneers. We were talking about that in a little bit of the pregame, and I was really surprised. It would have been like the best game I watched all year if the Buccaneers did come back and win that game. But unfortunately, it did not happen. I was hoping for that to happen while Megan and I were setting up the Christmas tree and getting everything ready to go. Then after that, we had the Packers lay one on the Bears in Lambeau, 41-25. That was a shit show from the get-go. So, yeah, there you go.
I like that quote too.
Yeah, shit show from the get-go. We had the Seattle Seahawks beating the Eagles 23-17. The Eagles just suck. And then finally, a game that was postponed from last Thursday, Thanksgiving, all the way up to it was first originally postponed to Sunday, then postponed to Monday, then postponed to Tuesday, and then it played on Wednesday. And this game fucking pissed me off because the Steelers can't cover a 5.5-point spread by fucking playing a team full of backups. So the Steelers win 19-14, them fucking turds. And there we go. So that's the recap of last week. Joy, oh joy. They are on my list now, guys. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on my list.
Mike's going to hate every fucking team by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. They fucked me out of a max bet last week too.
Unreal.
So live odds they were fucking -9.5. So I was like, you know what? I don't think they're gonna do that. I bought down to fucking -6, thinking, oh man, without a doubt they can cover a fucking touchdown.
5.5, dude. You can't cover 2 field goals? Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, that was a terrible football game.
It was a bad football game. Like, I was all excited. I was like, yeah, Wednesday afternoon, I'm off. Let's do this. I'm going to hang out and watch this football game. It's going to be awesome.
And I was like
all over the place watching. I can't do it. I can't get into football smack dab in the middle of the week. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I was not in it. Maybe it was because the game was such a fucking snore, but I could not do it. I would have rather watched paint dry than fucking watch that game. It was bad. That was a bad game to watch.
Yeah, it was. The first quarter had what, four turnovers? That's insane.
Yeah, it was not good. What were you gonna say there?
Football's football, no matter how bad it is.
Football's football.
I'll go watch Pee Wee football if that's all I can watch.
Yeah, well, you're a creep. I don't know what else to say about that. You're a creep. You're a creep. All right, so after that quick little recap, like we already went down the schedule. Angelo, our pick'em stats are in. How did we do, man?
Well, I had a very lackluster performance. I was 9-7 last week. I still was positive.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good week.
It didn't go well after that. You and Tyler tied with a 12-4 record.
Whoa!
So as of right now, standings, Tyler is in first place at 98, 61, 62-1, and you and I are tied 93, 67-1. That's what I get for trying to pull away from the pack by picking games that I didn't really feel confident in the winner, but I just picked them to try to gain some ground, and it did not work for me. Not at all.
Doing the DX suck it, buddy. I've been behind all year, and now I just came up and fucking tied you. Eat a dick.
Yeah, that's shit for me.
You still got some ground to make up, though, man.
I still got some ground. It's a successful year as long as I beat Angelo and as long as I'm above 500. I'm almost 30. You're 30 games above 500, Ty. I'm almost 30 games above 500 on here, so not bad.
Technically, I'm also almost at that spot.
Well, you are. Yeah, you're all. Yeah, but now we're tied, and I hold the tiebreaker because
5-game lead, man. It's coming down. There's only a couple weeks left. This could really.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot.
Pretty heavy here.
It's gonna get pretty crazy. Hopefully, I can make this happen and pull a comeback out of my ass.
Yeah, what's the bet? Booze, bottle of booze.
A bottle of booze. Yeah. Well, it depends. Whatever we want. A bottle of booze, a hoodie from the store, a hoodie from the store, or we can, I don't know. We can figure it out. We could do something cool. But yeah, within under $100 range would be cool because I'm broke and I can't afford shit.
$100. So. Tito's is what I would pick. That's a $20 bottle of booze.
Oh man! Okay, cool. Yeah, I thought
I'm not doing no 19-year scotch or.
Oh well, if I win, I want a PlayStation 5. So
yeah,
you guys
if we're going all the way up to we're going all the way up to $100, man. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Yeah. I'll take a steak dinner to Chicago Cut.
I got a steak dinner for you. A tube steak dinner right here, buddy. There you go.
All right. Do you want to do it before Adam joins us?
Eric,
sorry.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do the pickles before Eric.
You did that last week.
I did that last week. Adam Lambert from Queen joining us. Guys. Adam Lambert, American Idol, and current lead singer of Queen, is joining us in the 9:45 hour. It should be a lot of fun.
I mean, that would be cool too, I guess. We could have him sing a Queen cover. We should have Eric sing a Queen cover the last week of the show.
Eric?
Yeah. Be like, hey,
why don't we try getting Adam Lambert on too?
Both of them.
We have mistaken your name. We have said that we are. Yeah, we'll just keep tagging Adam Lambert from here on out, saying he's going to be on Talking Football with Erik Lambert. And when he finally joins us, we're reuniting cousins or brothers, or just people that are they're probably not even spelled the same.
That's a good point. I haven't checked.
Somebody Google that. Why are we not Googling? We're gonna have Adam Lambert from Queen on the show. It's gonna happen somehow, some way, and he's gonna sing "Bicycle."
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
He'd be like, "Hey, I hate the Bears, like you guys should."
Ooh, I'm pulling that audio clip, and that's gonna be your intro every single week.
All right, Lambert is spelled the same for both of them.
Oh, all right, Tyler, our computer genie guru over there. At least he. What are you laughing at?
The computer genie guru.
The computer genie guru. Hey, he was quick to the punch while you just sat there and fingered your nose the entire time. I got shit to do over here. I'm running this ship, and you're fucking just sitting there riding my coattails, pal.
That's right. Coattail rider, man.
Coattail rider. I'm pulling that audio clip too, by the way, saying that Angelo hates the Bears. I'm gonna pull that audio clip.
Do it.
It's gonna be
at this point in the season.
You do hate the Bears a little bit, yeah.
I do hate the Bears a little bit.
I
like to think of them as like, I don't know if I said this to you guys on the show, but I'd like to think of them as like that relationship that just is always on the rocks. And you got to take a break every once in a while.
Like Sid and Nancy from the Sex Pistols?
Yeah, or like on Facebook, you're always changing your Facebook relationship status to it's complicated. And then like 2 weeks later, you guys are engaged.
Single,
and then like
ready
a
to
week
mingle.
later, you're complicated again. That's the type of relationship I have with the Chicago Bears team.
Contemplating homosexuality. That should be a
because that would be me becoming a Packer fan, and I'm not about that.
Hey, come right over. You're already in Wisconsin.
All right, so let's kick off with the week 12 or week 13 here, man. So we got the records up, man. Angelo, you and I are tied, so we got a big week this week. Hopefully we can catch Tyler, or hopefully you choke one out, and hopefully let's kick it off, man. We got a good go here. Obviously no Thursday night game, so everything rides in between now and Wednesday, so we got to kick some ass and get it going today. But here we go. Let's kick it off. Week 13 starts off with the noon slate. A very good game. I know who I'm taking in this game. I'm not going to talk first. I'm going to give it over to Tyler. Saints at Atlanta. Tyler, who are you taking in this one?
I got the Saints. Atlanta's defense has been playing very well, but with Sean Payton, I'm not going to bet against the Saints.
Okay, Angelo, who are you taking in this one?
Same. I got the Saints.
All right, with a surprise pick, I am going to take the Falcons by a field goal in this game. This literally has all the makings of an Atlanta game that's going to be very, very exciting. Still Taysom Hill at quarterback with New Orleans. They did not use – they use him how they use him down there, and he's just – it's almost like a wildcat formation. He's not throwing a lot of passes. It's cool. I think the Falcons' defensive ends are really fast coming off the ball and off the end, and I think that might contain Taysom Hill a little bit this week, and that's why I'm going with Atlanta. I liked that game that they played last week. I had that game on back and forth, watching them just completely fucking destroying the Raiders last week, and they looked really, really good, putting themselves in very good field position against that team, stopping the run of Josh Jacobs and all over fucking David Carr last week, or Derek Carr. Which one is it? I forget what it is.
It's Derek.
Derek Carr. Yeah, David Carr was his brother that's now rolled up like a tube of toothpaste that's fucking in a body cast since he left the NFL.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm gonna take Atlanta in this game. I really like this game. It's going to be a fun watch.
He'll hate Atlanta by the end of the day.
I will. I'll be motherfucking him up and down.
Bet it on Twitter.
Yeah, next game. All right, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars heading up to Minnesota to face the Vikings. This game should be pretty easy. Angelo, who are you taking in this one?
See, you say that, but every time I think the Vikings got an easy win, they always struggle. And it's so frustrating. This team is so difficult to figure out. At least we as Bears fans know that the Bears suck. So, like, it's no surprise. But if I was a Vikings fan, I don't know how I get like, oh, yeah, we're on a run. I don't think they'll lose to Jacksonville this week, so I'm going to pick the Vikings. But I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up losing by a field goal at the end of the game.
All right. So Tyler, who are you taking in that one?
I got the Vikings. Mike Glennon starting at quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He played decent.
He didn't look bad last week.
He played decent last week, but
I don't think he goofy long neck.
Yeah.
I don't think he should up this week, especially on the road in Minnesota.
All right, and on that note, I am going to take the Minnesota Vikings in this game too. I think they're gonna go on a little bit of a baby run here. Like I said it a few weeks ago, I was wrong about Detroit going on a little bit of baby run. They just completely shit the bed. But I said, like I did say that day, one of those teams was going to turn it on and put some pressure on the Bears, and it's been the Vikings over the past couple of weeks. So I'm going to go with the Vikings in this game, and they could possibly still be in the hunt after today and be ready to rock and roll. Tyler, you got some news. What's going on?
Lamar Jackson has been cleared to return this week against the Cowboys on Tuesday.
All right, so there you go. That changes everything.
I'm glad we knew that before we made our pick.
Yeah, before we made our picks. Well,
Tyler coming in the clutch.
Yeah, we'll get to the Ravens here shortly. Okay, so all three of us are on the Viking train then, or did you take the Jags, Angelo?
No, I'm Vikings.
Okay, so all three of us took the Vikings. Another really good game that I'm super excited for this game at noon. I cannot wait to see this game. Hopefully it's old school brand of football, and that game is the Cleveland Browns against the Tennessee Titans at noon in Tennessee. I'm super stoked for this game. I don't know about you guys, but I am pumped. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt going to be running the ball. You got big old Derrick Henry running the ball. I'm super excited for this. It should be a run and just play action debauchery. It should be awesome. I'm really excited for this. Two pretty good defenses. As of right now, the Titans looked decent last week. They didn't look terrible, but they turned it around a little bit. I don't know who to take in this game, so I'm going to leave it to Tyler first to take, but I'm excited for this game. Tyler, go ahead.
I got the Titans. I'm still not sold on the Browns. I don't think the Browns are a very good 8-3 team. I mean, yeah, I'll take the Titans.
All right, Angelo, who you taking?
Yeah, this one's tricky, man, because like both teams, they look good one week and then they look like they're struggling the next. I just think this time of year, Derrick Henry's it's his time to shine.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, so he's just going to run over the Cleveland Browns. Not that I don't think the Cleveland Browns are going to score. I just think Derrick Henry's going to have a hell of a game. His over-under is set for 100.5. I might take the over on that just because
I would take the over on that on one condition, and that's if Myles Garrett is not playing. Tyler, is there any news on Garrett? Is he playing?
Myles Garrett is playing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Awesome.
I still might take the over on that.
On DraftKings, they have a boost right now of Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb combining for over 200 rushing yards for plus 140.
Oh, yeah, you bet the shit out
I
of
might
that.
hit that. I might hit that.
For one,
all right.
What is it, 200, right, you said?
200 combined. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
So if
Receiving or rushing?
It's just rushing.
Right,
Oh,
so like if Henry has 120 and Chubb only has 80, you still win. Or will it be a push, right?
Yeah.
That's a bet I might take. I feel like this is going to be, like Mike said, a big old school football game. Running.
Well, they both love to run the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm going to love about this game. And both teams, especially the Browns, listen, even when the Browns were fucking cans of fucking turds way back in the day before they got Mayfield and before they got, Kareem Hunt and Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry, before they got those guys, and when they sucked, they still had a pretty solid defense. They were still sitting there somewhere in the middle of the pack in defense, and they've only gotten better getting Myles Garrett and other players to be named on that team. What's that cornerback? Ward? Is that who I'm thinking of? Ward?
Denzel Ward.
Yeah, that dude's a straight-up stud. The team is a very, very good team. I am taking the Cleveland Browns in this game. For some reason, I feel for some reason in this game, just like I had a feeling on the Tennessee Titans last week, I have a feeling that the Cleveland Browns, it's going to come down to you have to make a play. They're going to have to make a play action play to win this game, I think. I seriously, like, honestly, they're going to have to hit Jarvis Landry deep or Higgins deep or somebody deep, and it's going to have to be put on Baker Mayfield's shoulders. And Baker Mayfield, I think, needs to rise to the occasion to where everybody doesn't think he's just a meh quarterback. Because that's what's going around right now. He's a meh quarterback.
So the over-under is 52.5. I would take the under in this game.
I don't know. I'm not going to bet this game. I'm not betting this game. This is going to be the game that I'm going to sit there and I'm going to love watching from start to finish. And I don't want to have a horse in this race because I want to enjoy the game. I don't want to get pissed off if the Titans win. I don't want to get pissed off if the Browns win. Whatever. I'm going to have fun watching this game, and that's why I'm going to take the Browns. I'm taking the Browns. So it's settled. I'm taking the Browns.
I did make a bet on this game. I bet the Browns. When I bet it, it was Browns plus 5.5. And the line has moved to +4 right now.
Taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Who was that? Sylvie, right? Isn't he said that?
It's on their show. I don't know if he said it or not.
Well, there we go. So that's that game. So we got what? Two Titans and a Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, all right. All right, we always save the Bears game for last. We'll bring on Eric for that game when we're talking with him. After that, we got the Bengals-Dolphins. I don't like this game. Tua is back, but I like Ryan Fitzpatrick more. I don't like this game. I think the Dolphins are going to win. I mean, the Dolphins are going to win this game.
Yeah.
Right? Dolphins should win this game, right? No Joe Burrow, no Joe Mixon again.
Yeah.
The Dolphins should win this game.
Have it. The Dolphins, but it would be a lot more enjoyable if Fitzmagic was starting. They did him dirty. Tua hasn't looked very good out there.
Oh, and Tua's thumb. Didn't he break it off in some dude's ass or something like that? He fucked up his thumb, didn't he?
I think he sprained his thumb.
Yeah, breaking it off in some dude's ass. So there you go. Who are you taking, Angelo?
I got Miami also.
All right, so 3 Dolphins. We got 3 Dolphins going this week. All right. After that, we got the Colts and Texans in Houston. This game scares me. I think this could be a trap game, but no Will Fuller because he got tested positive for doing HGH elephant steroids.
Roby.
Yeah.
Roby suspended too.
Yep. All of them, they're cheaters. The fucking Houston Texans are cheaters. How can you be a cheater and have the record that you have?
Right?
You know what I mean? And then, it's still funny. Like, Brian Cushing is still a part of that organization.
Yeah, like he's the strength and conditioning coach. He got busted for PEDs.
He got busted for PEDs too. So he's just giving everybody, like, if you become a part of the Houston Texans, you walk in with here's your playbook and here's your shot of steroids. Enjoy the team. Hit the weight room, champ. Hit the weight room, champ. Here you go.
That's good.
Go. You gotta keep pace with this cheetah, Will Fuller. And that's another thing, too. Will Fuller, this fucking dude, listen, is he a good player? Yes, he's an NFL player. He's a good player, okay? Excuse me. He's an NFL player, but that fucking guy can never stay healthy, ever. And goes to show that finally the first year that he's healthy, the fucking guy's Lance Armstronging out there. Not one nutting it, but the fucking guy's doping. You know what I mean?
It's They got a lot of problems on this team. More than you thought coming into the season for sure.
They don't have a run game. They have nobody to throw the fucking ball to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still got
Sean Watson. Cooks. I mean, but Brandon Cooks is Brandon Cooks. He's a good player, yeah.
He was supposed to be this huge superstar.
I took that fucking guy in like the 5th round this year as a wide receiver. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. He's going to be the guy.
That's your fault.
Well, I salvaged it up because I ended up getting other players later. But, I honestly thought, like, coming in, he was going to have a nice season. Like, I was like, he's the front runner to be number 1 because Will Fuller can never stay healthy.
Well, Brandon Cooks has had a solid season. He started out very slow.
And I dropped his bum ass. I was like, you suck. Get off my fucking team.
Lots of people dropped him.
I was you're done. I dropped him week 2, and I picked up James Robinson. So there you go. That's a good pickup. I'll take that pickup every fucking day. But no, like this Houston team is shaky, man. I don't like this game. Let's get back on track here. Me seeing this game, okay, you saw the Colts last week, and that was a tough game for the Colts. They literally got their ass beat up and down the field by Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry in the first half had like about 160 yards and 2 touchdowns or something like that. He was running the fucking ball all over that team.
I thought he had 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Yes, he was insane. He was insane last week against the Colts. But that being said, so now you bring this you bring the Colts. They should be wanting to bounce back off against the Houston Texans, and the Texans, they've had a tough schedule, but they also can't stay healthy. But this could be a total trap game and ruin any chances for the Colts to fucking get a playoff game. In a shit show, man, I'm taking the Colts, but I don't like taking it. Tyler, who are you taking?
I got the Colts too. Their defense is going to be healthier this week, and unlike last week where Derrick Henry ran over them, they were missing DeForest Buckner. They were missing a couple key guys in the secondary. I think it's going to be a close game, but yeah, I got the Colts in this.
It's one of them trap games where you don't like to take either team. You know what I mean? All right, and Angelo, who are you taking in this one?
I have the Colts. I think there's too much for them to lose if they lose this game. I believe if they lose, they're on the outside looking in on the playoffs at this moment. This team was in the beginning of the year was supposed to be, right there at the top of the AFC. I think they bounce back and I think they have a good game. I don't even think this game is close, to be honest.
It's just a weird game. I don't like the game.
Because they've been so inconsistent. That's why.
Right. Exactly. Listen, man, Phillip Rivers is not going to be there forever, obviously. Like, that's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? He's not going to be there forever. He's not what they need down there over there in Indianapolis. He's not the guy. It just is what it is. But
we got a report.
I could totally see this being a fucking a game ruiner. Go ahead, Ty.
We got a report from Rappaport 4 minutes ago. Phillip Rivers is going to need offseason foot surgery. So he's still dealing with his foot injury, and it's not going to be healed up by the end of the season.
Yeah, so that would explain the erratic play for that offense recently. If he's playing on a shaky, well, I guess they're not that bad, but they've been running the ball a lot more.
They haven't used Jonathan Taylor in weeks.
Jonathan Taylor was out with COVID. He is back.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, he is back.
Have himself a game, not last week, but the week before.
He
finally bounced back, but like in the weeks before, they didn't use him for like 3 weeks in a row. So it was a tough. I don't know. I'm taking the Colts. I don't like it, but I think we're all on the Colts train, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. We're going to Las Vegas. Or no, we're going to the New York Jets, where the Las Vegas Raiders play the Jets.
Oh, I know who you got in this game, Mike.
Ooh.
I know you got them Jets.
No, fuck that team.
I
am taking the Raiders. Who are you guys taking?
Raiders.
I got the Raiders.
Watch that game. Watch them fucking
Watch
win.
the fucking Jets win.
Watch the Jets fucking win.
I would think that Vegas would bounce back after the debacle that was last week.
Yeah, they're in a prime. Never mind.
What?
Prime bounce back.
Never mind. There we go.
Are you going to talk yourself into picking the Jets?
No, I completely lost my train of thought right there.
It's all right. I came back in with
Is this game a lock for the Raiders?
Yeah.
If you say lock, I have to change my bet.
On the money line, yeah, it's a lock. I don't know about the spread.
All right. There you go. Here we go. And we all got the Raiders on that one. We got the New York Giants. No Danny Dimes. Colt McCoy. Going up to Seattle and play. Oh, this is the start of the 3:00 games, guys, just so you know. We got the Giants against the Seahawks. Like I was saying, no Danny Dimes. All Russell Wilson all day. Going to fucking smoke this team, I think. I'm taking Seattle, and I think that's a no-brainer. Again, fuck the New York football team. Plural. Not the Washington.
I was going to say, wait, you're going against both New York teams this week?
I am. And I'm not even betting on this week. I'm not putting any money on any New York teams this week.
So that means everybody bet the shit out of the New York teams because it'll piss Mike off when both teams win.
Can you imagine if I stay away from it and then the Jets win and then the fucking Giants trounce Seattle like 31-4?
Yeah, Colt McCoy comes out, throws like fucking 3 touchdowns.
Colt McCoy comes out looking like
300 yards.
Texas Colt McCoy.
Hey, you could put together right now a 2-team New York parlay right now plus 2,050 odds.
What?
On money line?
Money line for the Giants and Jets. I'm not recommending you do that. That's terrible.
I'm not recommending that at all. Don't do that, but you can do it. You could also bet that Danny Jones is never going to come back on the year, I think, too, in Vegas, I heard.
I wish I was in Vegas right now.
All right, so is this Seattle across the board? Do we have to go?
Yeah, Seattle.
Okay. The next game, I don't like this game, guys. The Rams against the Cardinals. Angelo, I'll let you lead this one off.
Oh, man. The Rams are a funny
Both teams seem phonies. Both teams are fucking phonies.
They both the inconsistency. That's one thing this year that's been consistent about the NFL is the amount of inconsistency between teams. Just when the Rams look good, they lay an egg. Same with the Cardinals. I'm good. This is a big matchup, I feel, for both of these teams. Oh, I think the Rams are going to pull this one off. As much as I don't want them to, Sean McVay is just really good inside of, when he plays. I think he's beaten Arizona a lot recently. I try to find the stat right now, but I can't. But, I got the Rams.
Tyler, who are you taking in this one?
I'm pulling up some stats right here, but this is one of my favorite games to bet this week. I really like the Rams covering 2.5, so I got the Rams to win.
Okay.
Let me get these stats pulled up here though, because let's see. Last season, the Rams beat the Cardinals twice. They beat them twice in 2018, twice in 2017. So the Cardinals have not beaten the Rams in the past 3 seasons.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No.
I mean, there's a chance on any game, any week.
Well,
but, I like the Rams.
I don't like Jared Goff. I don't like Sean McVay. I'm going with the Cardinals. Got to get on out there. I'm going to try it. Hey, we've been the same on each and every game almost throughout the sheet. So this is one of those picks that I hope the Cardinals pull it out. I do like the Cardinals more than I like the Rams. I don't like the Rams. But
I just don't like the Rams because I don't like the Rams. But
I don't like the Rams because they're fucking phonies.
Yeah,
like you should have won.
Defense is still pretty fucking good.
They should have beat San Fran
in the league.
Yeah, their defense is still good, and
they're second best.
Sean McVay obviously has Arizona's number, so
I think this is the time. I think this is the time where Arizona beats them. I really do. I'm taking Arizona. So there we go. We got 2 Rams and a Cardinals. There we go. After that, we have the Patriots taking on the Chargers at the 3:25 start.
This one's hard too. The Chargers can't close a game out to save their lives.
And New England is not the same New England, but they still have Belichick. And I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if New England won this game.
No, England. I think New England should be the favorites in this game.
Oh, I don't know about that. Quarterback play difference is so extreme.
So when I was making a couple bets a couple days ago, the Patriots were minus 0.5, so it was a pick'em.
It's a pick'em,
but they were favored. And now I'm looking on FanDuel. The Patriots are 1.5 point dogs.
They're 1.5 point dogs.
Dogs, yes.
Yep.
I don't know. If somebody wants to take it. Whoever wants to pick first.
I'll take the Patriots.
Angelo?
Man, this one's tough, man. I love this Chargers team. They just can't close out a game.
They find a new way to lose every
single week. It's insane.
At this point, they're inventing ways to lose.
Yeah, I mean,
they are Falcons of the AFC.
Well, the Falcons have been pretty good lately, man.
I'm going to take – Belichick always plays well against young quarterbacks. I'm going to take the Patriots.
I'm going to take the Chargers just for shits and giggles, just to try and
I'm not excited about my pick there.
I don't like it either.
I kind of wanted the Chargers, but
Chargers.
Belichick is just – he's always done well against young quarterbacks, so I expect that trend to continue.
All right, so there we go. We got 2 Pats, 1 Chargers. This game is going to be a fucking ass whooping. I hate the Eagles. Eagles at Green Bay in the 325 slot. I'm taking the Packers. This is easy. Ty?
Packers.
I mean, he's just picking the Packers like I'm going to pick the Bears. I don't know, man. The Packers defense can be scored on. I mean, they can.
By Carson Wentz?
By the Eagles?
I don't know, man. I just think that the Eagles.
No, there's nothing good about the Eagles. There's not one thing good about the Eagles.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, he's all right.
I pick the Packers, man, and I can't start now.
Then don't pick them. Give me that win.
I take the Packers.
Bum, 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 bum.
My name is Angelo, and I have a problem.
1-800-GAMBLER.
That's the only reason. It's because we're tied. If we weren't tied, I would not have picked them.
We have tonight's game at 7:20. The Broncos at the Chiefs. This should be an easy one. It's Chiefs across the board, right, guys? Is there a reason that we should fucking break down this game?
So. I do think that there's an issue with the it's plus 13.5 now. It was 14 yesterday on FanDuel, but I just think that's a little bit extreme.
That's a lot of points, but
yeah.
You're a lot.
I could understand if that dude from last week was quarterback, but I think they'll be able to at least hold on to the ball a little bit.
Starting, this spread would be like 25.
Yeah,
it's insane. That's a huge spread. But the Chiefs are on that kind of a run right now, man. They're just destroying teams.
The Chiefs are 0-4 against the spread over the last 4 weeks.
Trend is your friend.
Until it ends.
You would bet that the Broncos plus 13.5, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to bet that. It was just a stat I liked.
Oh,
yeah. All right. So KC across the board, they are not dropping this game against the Broncos. The Broncos are terrible. And tomorrow night we have 2 Monday night games, man. We got the Washington football team going up against the Steelers at 4 p.m. in Pittsburgh. Who are you taking?
Well, every time I think that the Steelers are supposed to lose, they win. I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I bet against them the last couple weeks, thinking, well, they eventually got to lose, right? And they haven't, so I'm going to just ride that train. Now watch they'll fucking lose.
Shit. Tyler, who are you taking?
I'll take Pittsburgh. I do think the spread is a little too big at +7, but I'll take Pittsburgh.
I think that the Washington football team win this game.
Oh, my God.
That's my big balls bet of the week. All right.
Can we do that? Can we start a segment, Mike's Big Balls Bet of the Week?
I'm cool with that. This is my big balls bet of the week. I really do like the Washington football team in this game. The Pittsburgh Steelers did not show me much playing down to their level last week against the Ravens. I mean, sweet fucking Pete. How do you fucking not cover 5.5 points by a team that's ran by fucking Robert Griffin III, whose hamstrings are pretty much old shoestrings and fucking old weathered rubber bands at this point? All right. And then he gets out of the game. And then help me out here. Who's the asshole that filled in, Ty?
Trace McSorley, who threw a 70-yard touchdown pass to fucking destroy the fucking spread.
Are you fucking...
That dude's name sounds like he'd be a detective.
He sounds like a Madden character.
Yeah.
Trace McSorley and Tim O'Shaughnessy. You know, like it's I'm telling you, man, I really think, and especially coming off that game, it's going to be it's a quick week. It's a quick change, quick turnaround for him again. I'm taking the football team, man. They've been playing good defense. Alex Smith looks very comfortable in the pocket. Antonio Gibson, this dude is a fucking stud, man. This dude is a straight up beast on the ground. No, I haven't seen a team stop him yet and bottle him up. He has been he's always getting his in every single Skins game this year. Football team game this year.
Yeah, right? Watch it over here.
Yeah, I know. But no, he's a good fucking player, man. I do like that team, and I think the Washington football team wins this game. I think they do. I'm taking the Washington football team. So there you go. After that, we got the Bills and 49ers in San Fran. This is another one of those games I don't like, guys. I think it's a trap game. I don't think the Bills are all that great. They are playing very good at 8-3, right? They're 8-3. Yeah. Right.
I believe so.
They're playing good football, and their defense is starting to turn around again. But the fucking 49ers are just going to be league killers, I think, this year. I think that's their mission this year, is just to beat teams that are getting ready for the playoffs.
So aren't the 49ers playing in Arizona?
They are playing in Arizona.
They are playing in Arizona.
So it's not really a home game for them. It's an away game.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Neutral site.
Right.
All right.
I mean, I'll take Buffalo. I think they'll win this game.
Ty?
I'm going to take Buffalo here. So with the 49ers going to Arizona to play their games, Kyle Shanahan reached out to all their players and said, if you guys are having any mental health issues, to let me know. So, I mean, I think these guys are taking it hard. They had to in the middle of the season, up and move to a whole other state away from all their families and stuff like that. I don't know how they're going to react. I'm going to take the Bills.
I've already made a couple ballsy picks today. I might as well keep that trend going. I'm going to go with the Niners in this game in a very ugly win. I don't like this pick. I want to pick the Bills, but I got.
So, Mike, you're either gonna get in first place this week, or you're going to tumble down far.
Yeah. No, listen.
Oh, you're gonna take. Listen. Hey, sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit, right?
Yeah. Risk it for the biscuit. Thing. I know all about biscuits. I might lay a biscuit this week. Honestly, literally, I might shit a biscuit in my pick'ems this week. But I got to take the chance. I got to take the chance. And then we got the Tuesday night game, guys. A real barn burner of sorts. The Dallas Cowboys against the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Real barn burner. This game, fucking 70 points minimum. No defense on either side. The Ravens have not looked good on defense over the past couple of weeks. I don't even think Dallas has a defense. I honestly think Lamar Jackson can just throw the ball over his O-line, catch it himself, and run to the house. Because, like how you do in backyard football.
Yeah.
Like, oh, pass to me. You know what I mean? I seriously, that's what's going to happen.
The Ravens are just so they did have a lot of COVID issues, but hopefully they can kind of rewrite the ship at this point, right? Because they've looked.
I think the
average.
COVID Ravens would beat the Dallas Cowboys full strength.
I think the COVID All-Stars of the old folks home down the road for me can beat the fucking Cowboys.
Yeah, but Mike, we need the Cowboys to win and the Bears to lose so that the Bears get a better pick.
I'm okay with that. Let's go. I'll root for the Cowboys, but I'm taking the Ravens in this game. You're fucking out of your mind. I'm taking the Ravens in this game. I am not taking the Dallas Cowboys. So I think that Angela, who are you taking in this one?
I'm taking the Ravens also.
Tyler?
Yeah, Ravens.
All right, so there you go. So now we got.
Are we waiting to go to the Bears game? We're going to bring Erik on first.
What do you guys want to do? You guys want to bring Erik on?
Let's bring him on. We'll give our picks at the end of the segment.
All right, let him sway us on who we're going to pick.
Yep, I already know who I'm picking, but
of course you do. Of course you do. Because you're stupid.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, no. So we got Erik coming on with us again, and it's going to be a lot of fun having him on again. We're going to talk a little bit. I want to definitely talk to him about that article that he wrote either yesterday or the day before about the Peyton Manning aspect. Oh, there he is right here. So our guy over at Sports Mockery going to be joining us, like we said, for the remainder of the year, coming on here with us, talking a little bit about the Bears. He writes for Sports Mockery. It's a real awesome time having him on with us. Erik Lambert joins us again. What's up, Erik? Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Morning, boys. How you doing?
There we're doing. It's okay. We're doing. It's not.
We're surviving.
Yeah,
surviving is probably the best.
We're doing better than the Bears secondary on Sunday night. That's true. I think. I mean, we didn't get spanked yet this morning, so that's a good thing.
Always a good thing.
Yeah, right. So we nailed it on the head last week, man. The Packers came in. The Bears went into town up in Lambeau, and it was not even close. Not even by any stretch. The Packers really laid one on us, 41-25 or something like that. Aaron Rodgers just could not be stopped. We pretty much called it here. This week, the Detroit Lions come to Chicago here, Erik. What are we to expect from this Detroit Lions team? Is Kenny Golladay back? Is DeAndre Swift playing? What's the go show for this?
From what I understand, Galladay's out. Swift is doubtful, so I doubt either of them play. Trufant is out. Okuda is out. So they got a lot of guys out in this game. They're really banged up. And, Patricia's gone. The coaches are probably going to be fired at the end of the year. So a lot of guys are going to be playing for their jobs right now. So it's really hard to predict what this team's going to look like going into this game.
So with all those injuries and all those guys out, the coach firings, you're telling me the Bears have a chance to pull out a victory today?
Yes, yes, they do.
Is that, in hindsight, long run, however, which way you want to say it, is that good or bad for the Chicago Bears team if they win today?
My personal opinion, I'd prefer they lose out, get a high draft choice. I don't think beating the Lions does them any favors at this point because I think Matt Nagy's on his way out. I think Ryan Pace is on his way out. And they need to get the best possible resources they can for rebooting next year and trying to get this thing, going again moving forward.
You just said, and we were talking about it last week when you joined us, if it was an ass whooping like I had assumed. Like I was pretty damn close. You and I were chatting during the game there for a second. I was really close. But we had said that if it was an ass whooping, you thought that Pace and Nagy would be gone. If that is the case, it was an ass whooping. So now they're going to be gone here. They obviously didn't make any moves this week. If the Bears lose against Detroit today, do you see firings at the end of this week, before next week?
It's a really tough call. I could see it happening. It's a possibility if the ass whipping's bad enough, if Detroit really gets it on them. But if it's a close loss, I think they'll just keep the status quo. McCaskey's not prone to making those sort of decisions mid-season. He never has. So unless it's a really bad game where they get whipped by a really bad team, I don't envision them, moving on until after the season.
Erik, you posted an interesting article that I read last night. It was, "Are Nagy and Pace a bad pairing?" I love the article. I think it made a lot of good points. If at the end of the season the Bears decided we're only going to keep one of these guys, who would be the best person to keep and bring somebody else in to pair with them?
It's a really tough call because both have their strengths and both have their weaknesses. If it were me, I would, get rid of Pace and bring somebody in to pair with Nagy because I still think Nagy's a good leader. He's a good head coach type. What they need is somebody who can, find superstar talent on offense because then maybe he can start to, run the offense he wants to run. And then hopefully you can keep the defense strong enough to field a good team moving forward. So if they were forced to make a choice, I would keep Nagy and find another GM who can maybe finally get them a quarterback.
Yeah.
Who are some of the possible candidates that we could possibly see here in Chicago, maybe before the end of the season or at the start of next season?
There's a lot of good ones out there. Some of my particular favorites include the former Houston Texans GM, Rick Smith. He's available now. I was shocked that the Texans moved on from him because his draft record is like exemplary. Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt, Dwayne Brown. I mean, you go down a list, a bunch of great players, and I think, they really did him dirty in Houston by moving on. So, he'd be one I'd target. Another one is George Baton, who is the assistant GM in Minnesota. He's the right-hand man of Rick Spielman, and they've had a great draft record forever. So, and plus, he actually has connections to the Bears. He's a former scout for them. He was personnel director for them. So, you have ties to him there. So those are a couple of guys I'd be really looking at once Pace is out.
There's been a lot of talk, Erik, about, fire Ted Phillips. If they were to go that route, there's been a lot of talk about like Peyton Manning coming in and taking that role. Do you think that the Peyton Manning hype is warranted? And if not, who do you think could come in and maybe fill that spot if they decided to maybe move Phillips to a different area?
I think Peyton Manning is going to be tough. I think he really likes where he's at right now, doing the whole ESPN gig, doing interviews, all that stuff. His competitive fire will probably get him back into the NFL eventually, but I don't think he's there yet. He's still only 44, so, it's probably going to be a few more years. But if you make a strong enough offer, like seriously, the entire team's yours, you've got all the power, we're going to pay you a ton of money, get this thing fixed, who knows?
Right.
You could at least make the offer and see what he says. But if not, I do think they should at least reassign Phillips, if not fire him. And I laid out a couple of guys that made sense. Trace Armstrong, the former Bears defensive end, who is now an agent in the NFL. He represents a lot of coaches, including Matt Nagy, as it turns out. I think he'd actually make a great team president because he was actually president of the NFLPA for several years. So he has experience doing that sort of stuff. And I think his mix of playing experience and business experience is exactly what the Bears would be looking for. And another guy who really makes sense is Omar Khan. He's the director of football and business administration in Pittsburgh. He's been doing that job for a while. A very proven organization, as good as it gets. And he actually has ties to the Bears as well. He's good friends with Mark Sadowski, their college scouting director. So he has ties to the organization as well. So, those are a couple of really good options I think they should look at if and when they do move on from Phillips.
What is the case that what is the chance that we can get one of those guys? And if possible, when can we start looking to bring in one of these guys for head coach, GM, whichever have you? When's the first possible time that we can start doing that? Is it the first week of the playoffs? Am I wrong about that?
Well, with executives, you can start looking right away if you want. It just depends on whether or not you're allowed to interview them according to teams. Most of the time, teams will allow executives to be interviewed. It's coaches, because coaches, have to worry about, games during the week and whatnot who, don't get interviewed right away because of the playoffs and all that sort of stuff. So, I think you can get a head start on the executive search if you really want to. And I'm willing to bet that the Bears already have. They're already doing some research at least. And then they'll start to get active towards the end of the season once they're sure that they're going to move on from Pace.
So with your gut feeling, do you think the Bears make the trifecta move, moving Phillips somewhere else, getting rid of Pace, and getting rid of Nagy?
Yes, I think that's the case. Now, I'm not as sure about Phillips because he's been here so long, and the McCaskey family has a relationship with him, a relationship going back over 30 years.
Right.
So you really have to factor that in with Phillips. But the way things have gone during his tenure as team president can't be ignored. 5 playoff appearances in 21 years. That's unacceptable. And, he's been a big part of the decisions being made. He's had a hand in all the GMs being hired, all the head coaches being hired. So, you have to factor that stuff in, which is why I think it's more likely now than years past that he could be reassigned. And I'm much more certain about Nagy and Pace. I'm almost guaranteed that they're probably out after the end of this season.
Eric, how do you think the defense is going to respond this week after Nagy called them out publicly?
They're a veteran defense. They're a proud defense. I think they can take criticism just fine. And I think they're going to play a lot better, especially with Akeem Hicks probably being back. He's their leader. He's their heart and soul. I think they're going to, play hard and play well. Is it going to be good enough with the state of the offense? I just don't know. But I think they're going to respond just fine to what Nagy said. I don't think they're going to take it that personally.
Okay.
All right, Eric, let's move on to today's game. We got Detroit here, man. Stafford, you already said no Galladay. Swift is doubtful. We got Mitch coming back. We got A-Rob coming back, tweaking his knee. Is there any news on how bad that knee injury is? And I also heard that Darnell Mooney tweaked his knee a little bit in practice on Friday as well. Is Mooney a go? Is Robinson a go? Is everything okay with these guys? Or
yes, both of them are going to play. I imagine those were just precautionary measures to hold them out of practice just in case, there was anything more serious. But I do expect them to play and probably, be close to 100%. So I'm not too worried about that.
How did you view Mitchell Trubisky's performance from last week? And how do you see it translating into this week against Detroit? I almost said Cleveland. I don't know where the fuck I'm at, Eric. I have no idea where I'm at.
Honestly, I really didn't see many changes from what I've already seen. He looked basically like the same exact player. He'd make some really nice plays, and then he'd make some boneheaded plays. It's been his MO for years now. And, Green Bay knew exactly how to play him. They played him that way, and they got the same exact results they've been getting for the past few games they've played him. So it's just one of those things where I don't expect much different. If anything, he has owned the Lions. There's no question he's owned the Lions, but there is a new factor in play that Patricia's no longer coaching, and he was dead set on playing man coverage all the time, with his defense. And Mitch loves playing against man coverage, and that's been his thing. If you switch to zone on him, he starts to struggle. So I'm wondering if the Lions are going to start to play more zone in this game, and he starts to struggle. If that happens, who knows how this game will go?
All right. I'm worried about it. So what's your pick at the end of the game here, Eric? Who do you think wins this game?
I think this game's probably going to be one of those classic ugly type games. Both teams are going to make a lot of mistakes. It's going to be who wants it less rather than who wants it more. And but I do think the Bears, being a healthier team and being at home, are probably going to come out with a win. I have them winning 19-17.
All right. I'm all right. So that's your prediction. Eric's got them going 19-17 in a Bears W. Tyler, who are you taking?
I mean, so I've been thinking about this all week. I've been looking at stuff. I really don't know. I think the Bears pull it out close, but I don't feel comfortable with that.
You got to pick one.
I'll take the Bears.
That's your pick for the PICKEMS. You got to pick one.
Mike, who do you have?
You're taking the Bears?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, it's a fucking bizarro world here, Eric. We got this guy taking the Packers. We got Angelo finally taking the Packers this week, and we got Tyler finally taking the Bears. I'm gonna go with the Lions in this game, and I don't like it, but I'm hoping for it in a way, so the Bears can slouch down and get a higher pick in the draft. I think it's going to be a really tough game, but I'm going to say it's going to be 17-14 Lions is where I'm going for. Maybe even lower than that, but I'm going to go 17-14 Lions. Angelo, who you taking?
The over-under in this game is 44 on the nose. This, to me, has the makings of like a 23-20 type of game. I think the Bears defense is going to come out and try to make a point this week, especially after how bad they looked against Green Bay. I think the Bears are going to win. I do think it's going to be close, which is unfortunate because there's so many people out in Detroit, and because I want them to get a better draft pick, but I think they're going to end up winning, and people start acting like, oh, everything's fixed.
They're back. They're 6-6.
Yeah, that's the MO for the Chicago Bears.
They're back. All right, so we got – wow, I'm the odd man out. I'm the only one that's not taking the Bears.
Yep.
Oh, man, all right. Hey, real quick, Eric, before we cut you loose, man, have you ever heard the expression cat's ass?
I have not.
What?
I told you.
Man.
That's like the most random thing you've ever had on this show.
No, that's not right. Like, it's cat's ass, dude. Like, that's badass.
I've never heard it. I've heard of cat's meow or like badass. I've never heard of cat's ass.
Well, I don't know. You guys live under a fucking rock. I don't know what to tell you. All right? That's plain and simple. You guys travel out of the cave every once in a while, okay?
Whatever.
Travel out of the cave. Eric, thanks for joining us again, man. Where can everybody find you again? Where can we read all your articles? What do we got to do to get to you?
You get to me at Erik Lambert 1 on Twitter. I'm on there all the time.
All right, Eric, thank you so much, my friend.
Eric, appreciate it.
See you next week.
Pleasure, boys.
Take care, man.
So real quick.
Erik Lambert again, guys. That's ERIK LAMBERT in the number 1. Erik Lambert 1. Go find him there. He's a writer for Sports Mockery. Has a bunch of great articles on there. Follow him. Eric's awesome. Thanks for joining us again. Angelo, what do you want to say?
So I just got a breaking type of story from CBS Sports that if the title is if Bears move on from Matt Nagy as head coach this offseason, they will target Northwestern's Pat Fitzgerald.
He ain't going anywhere. Pat Fitzgerald isn't going anywhere.
I mean, he said that, but then he also said that if he was to go anywhere, it would be for the Bears.
Who's reporting it for CBS?
Jason LaCafora. So, I mean, you got to take it with a grain of salt because he's wrong quite a bit. But
no, let's not throw him under the bus. Maybe one day we can have him on here. All right. But let's not throw him under the bus. You know, I mean, there's been plenty of shit that I don't agree that Eric says. It's like, what the fuck is he smoking? You know what I mean? But like,
I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying it's such a Bears move. That would be such a Bears move to do.
Listen, I would love to see, and I'm not just saying because I like Northwestern. You're talking about a coach who completely turned around a program in Pat Fitzgerald. He really did. Northwestern was not even fucking thought of up there until he got there a couple of years back.
Right. I get it.
Now they're a legit Big Ten school. They're beating fucking Wisconsin. They're beating Ohio State. They're in games against those teams.
But we've seen that play out. We've seen the college coach come to the NFL and it doesn't translate well most of the time.
Okay. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true at all. You got plenty of guys out there. Pete Carroll. He was coaching at USC forever. I think he did coach in the NFL before that too. All right, but he went to USC, came back, and now he's with Seattle, won a Super Bowl up there. He's been up there a long time.
Does Pat Fitzgerald have NFL experience at all? At any time in his career?
I don't know.
Me either. But I don't know. I think the Bears at this point can't take a chance on a guy. They need to get somebody who has the NFL experience, whether it's an assistant coach or an up-and-coming coach. They can't keep messing around with bringing guys from Canada down here or shit like that. Like, they need a guy who is a guy who called 3 games in a season in Matt Nagy. Like, you need to bring somebody in who has a proven track record with a team, because I'm tired of this. Oh yeah, well, we're going to take a shot on this guy because we think we're smarter than everybody else. And every time they do that, they shit themselves. Period.
The way I see it, the Bears aren't one of the best teams that are going to be looking for a head coach this year. There's plenty of other teams out there that you would rather take that job over the Bears. Because I don't think the Bears are in a very good situation going forward over the next couple of years. You don't want to come here and shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, but if you got to understand though too, it's almost the same type of situation that Theo Epstein was in with the Cubs. Yeah. All right, you're going to come here, and if you build this thing, it's going to be fucking huge. All right, like it's going to be huge. If you can figure out how to make the Bears contenders and a legit team, it's going to be the biggest thing in Chicago.
What was Northwestern's record last year?
They were terrible last year.
And they were good the year before, right? The year before last, right? And everybody talked about Pat Fitzgerald coming to the NFL.
Okay, so
Pat Fitzgerald the bed, and now this year they're
getting 2006. He went 4-8, 6-6, 9-4, 8-5, 7-6, 6-7, 10-3, 5-7, 5-7, 10-3, 7-6, 10-3, 9-5, 3-9, and that so far this year he's 5-1.
You know what he built? He built mediocrity. That's exactly what he built.
Program. Listen, dude, he built a program. When you look at Northwestern, are they a big, gigantic football school? Are they Ohio State? Are they Notre Dame? Are they Wisconsin? Are they Iowa? No, they're not.
You know what happens when the Bears pick guys that aren't from top schools? Adam Shaheen happens.
Oh, no, I agree. That's a player, though. That's a player. That goes up against the competition. You finally look at what happened yesterday. Everybody's all over this fucking dude from BYU's nuts. What's his name? Zach Wilson. What's his name? Help me out here. Zach Wilson, BYU quarterback. Everybody's all over this guy's fucking balls and jockstrap. He hasn't played a fucking team all year. To me, that's going to be like drafting Mitchell Trubisky all over again. He has not seen a defense. Yesterday, they lose to Coastal Carolina.
I mean, Coastal Carolina is pretty decent this year.
Yeah, okay, but it's another one of those teams where they're just they're a team.
Speaking of that game, did you see the scuffle at the end of the first half?
I did not.
Oh,
I listened
man.
to it on the radio.
So Zach Wilson, he threw an interception at the end. It was picked off on the 1-yard line. So defender comes over and starts blocking him, and here comes another guy. He just drove him straight into the fucking ground for no reason. He wasn't even part of the play anymore. And then Zach Wilson gets back up, and they fucking drive him right back down to the ground again. Fucking bench is clear. There's a little scuffle right before halftime.
Yeah, I did not see that. I'll look it up here. But to go back on the Pat Fitzgerald train, Angelo, you said you want a guy with experience, right? Well, He does have head coaching experience. Granted, it may be in college, but it's more head coaching experience than Matt Nagy has. It's more head coaching experience than Vic Fangio has. It's more head coaching experience than a lot of guys have. Granted, it's in college. I'm not saying that they should go I'm not saying, he's the only guy that I want. No, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that I think it would be a good hire if you went after him, but unfortunately, I don't think he's leaving Northwestern.
I see the Bears making this move because it's a Bears move. They want to be first to do something, and I don't think it'll pan out. I think it'll be a mess, and fucking 5 years from now, we'll be talking again about new head coach, new GM.
See, the move I see him make. I'm sorry, Ty. The move I see him make is the move that what you want. I think they're going to go after a guy who's seasoned in the NFL. They're going to go after like a Bill Parcells, Bill Parcells. No, they're not going to go after Bill Parcells.
Right. I get it.
They're going to go after a guy that has won before, because that's what the fans want. That's what you want. That's going to. I think, yeah, it can work out. But I
don't necessarily want a coach that's won. I just want a coach like.
So it's okay to go grab Romeo Crennel?
No, I wouldn't grab him. I'm talking about like I'm intrigued by guys like the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator, or
I like Fitchner.
You know, somebody that's with the team where the offense has been consistent. I'm not saying they have to be world beaters, but consistency.
It's exactly what we did with Kansas City. That's why I'm against Eric Bieniemy.
But that's the thing. Except Matt Nagy wasn't the focal point of that offense until Andy Reid let him call a few plays.
He's the fucking focal point of that offense. You're nuts.
I didn't say that. I don't want that. I don't want anybody from Kansas City. I don't want to touch Kansas City anymore. They scoured me with Matt Nagy. No thanks.
Listen, unless we're getting Andy Reid, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, unless we're getting somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing on the offensive side of the ball, it doesn't matter. What the Bears got to do is they got to strip house. They got to clean house, man. They got to get a GM in here. First off, they got to get a guy who knows fucking football. All right, because nobody knows football there. They don't know they know that it's a game. They know that the big, gigantic men played on a field while they're up in their press boxes watching it. And then they know that their team is not good enough to get W's. All right, but they got to get a guy in here who knows what he's doing to hire a GM. And then both of those guys got to sit down and figure out, let's hire a coach. Let's figure this out. And then that guy has to just take a step away and be like, it's your team now. Figure this out. Do the Ricketts thing. Be like, it's your team, Theo. Win me a fucking championship. You know what I mean? It's your team, Theo. Do what you got to do. Because what would you rather have, Angelo? I saw a post. I saw the red pill, blue pill, green pill thing or whatever the fuck you posted the other day. Okay, explain to me what that was, because I wanted to talk to you about that too, because that bothered me that you said that.
Now I have to go back into my.
Well, go back into your
Twitter.
Tyler, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry I cut you off earlier.
So if they hire Fitzgerald, I think it kind of ends up more of like when the Bulls hired Fred Hoiberg.
You think so?
Bringing a guy straight from college just because they like him, and just not translating well. I mean, yeah, fucking Hoiberg was terrible. And
how long was Hoiberg coaching in college before the Bulls hired him?
I will pull that up right now.
Fitzgerald has a tenure. He's been there 14 years already down there and up there in sleepy Evanston. That's a legit thing. Fred Hoiberg, he may have been coaching, but he wasn't the head coach in college for a super long time.
He coached. Hold on. I'm pulling up his page right now.
Angela, if you got it, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah, so I found what you were saying.
Right.
There's 4 pills: a blue pill, a red pill, purple, and black.
Okay.
The blue pill was Cody Parkey makes the kick against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
The red pill is the Bears win the 2006 Super Bowl. The purple pill is the Bears draft Mahomes. And the black pill is Vic Fangio never leaves. I chose the red pill because
Bears win the Super Bowl in 2006.
Yes, because then they would have won the championship. Just because they draft Mahomes, this organization screws quarterbacks up more than anybody. That doesn't mean that he wouldn't be good, but I don't know if he would be as good as he is now.
Right.
Plus that Kansas City team has so many weapons. They almost have too many weapons.
They do have many weapons.
Yeah, you have guys out there that don't get the ball, and they should be.
Do they still have Sammy Watkins?
Yeah, but I think he's been hurt, right?
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
What was that? I missed that.
Sammy Watkins. Is he still in Kansas City?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I thought so. But
yeah,
he's been hurt all season.
He's playing this week.
That's crazy.
But Hoiberg coached for 5 years from 2010 to 2015 at Iowa State.
Right. Okay, so then there you go. So he had 5 years experience while Fitzgerald literally has 10 years, 15 years experience almost.
I mean, John Fox had a bunch of experience too, and he led teams to Super Bowls, and he still shit the bed when he came to Chicago.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Listen, it's tough.
So what would you pick with that Twitter thing?
Your pill thing. Yeah. I would listen. I just want sustained success. I wish there was a fucking pill for that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, at this point, I'm ready to take a cyanide pill watching this fucking team, like legit.
Right. I'm saying if I had to pick one, I would much rather have had the guaranteed Super Bowl than any of the other options.
Vic Fangio. I mean, Vic Fangio's Vic Fangio. All right, he's a coach.
I thought that was weird that was on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why that's on there because Vic Fangio's really fucking lighting things up in Denver right now. Let me tell you. Yeah, I know that's not his fault. The Denver Broncos just fucking suck. I get it. They don't have a quarterback. Von Miller got hurt. They're a bad team. Okay, they do. I do like their young wide receivers though, and KJ Hamler and Jerry Jeudy. But that's besides the point. The other one was win the Super Bowl in 2006, draft Mahomes and Vic Fangio, right?
And then Cody Parkey makes the kick.
I think. I don't know. That's tough.
I think you take the Super Bowl.
I don't because that team sucked anyways. That Bears team was all defense. All defense.
Every Bears team is all defense.
Well, no, I understand that. Okay, so in a game against games, who wins in the game? The 2006 Bears or the 2016 fucking Bears?
It's 2018.
Oh yeah, 2018 Bears.
Probably the sixth. That defense was so aggressive. I loved the 2006 defense.
The Bears had like a ton of takeaways in 2018.
Okay, but they're also throwing the ball a shit ton more now than they did back then.
Sexy A train.
Bro, I don't know. I think that team would, maybe not the offense, but the defense would slaughter this offense on this team. Are you kidding me?
Wasn't Muhsin Muhammad on that team in 2000?
Yeah, but what offensive weapons does this team have?
I don't know. It sucks.
You're making – it's the same team.
I really got to pee. You guys argue. Tyler, go over your stuff. I'll be right back.
All right. So I have some fantasy stuff here. Same thing as every week, guys. Under 50% rostered that you can plug and play if you're in a tough spot. All right, we're going to start with QB. I got Derek Carr this week. I know he burned a lot of people last week with a negative performance. It was like -2 points or something like that. Nathan Peterman had more points in one quarter of work than Derek Carr had. But I think he bounces back this week. I mean, I don't think he's a top 12 quarterback this week, but top 15 is possible. If you're streaming QB, that's what you're looking for if you're this late into the week. Another guy is Phillip Rivers. We talked about his foot stuff, but this week, quarterbacks, there's not many very good matchup for guys to stream. Running back, I got Benny Snell. Report came out while we were doing the show that James Conner can be cleared from the COVID protocol on Monday, but he is unlikely to play, so which would mean another Benny Snell week. It's not a very good matchup going up against the football team, but he should have the volume to at least put up flex-worthy numbers. Cam Akers is the other guy I got at running back. It's just that's more banking on Sean McVay actually using the guy who looks best in the offense. Malcolm Brown's getting it done. Darrell Henderson doesn't look very good. Cam Akers has looked the best last week. I think it was all of his snaps came in the second half, and then Darrell Henderson only played 6 snaps in the second half. So, I mean, it looked like it was turning more towards going to Cam Akers. So we'll see if that keeps going this week. I think he's a nice guy to plug and play. Another guy with flex-worthy numbers. Wide receiver, I got Nelson Aguilar, Alan Lazard, and Denzel Mims. I'd have them ranked Aguilar, Lazard, Mims. Mims is more of a desperation play, but if you go and look at his stats and half-point PPR, over his last 3 games, he's scored at least 8 points. So, I mean, he's got a nice floor of around 8. Tight end here, I got Trey Burton. Trey Burton, he's been getting very involved in the offense.
Yeah.
Frank Reich likes using him in the red zone. I don't know where that was with Chicago. But every time they get in the red zone, they're looking towards Trey Burton, whether it's targeting him or they're fucking handing in the ball off in the red zone. So if you're streaming tight ends, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for guys with red zone work that could possibly get one in, because the tight end landscape's a fucking mess right now.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You got the top 2 or 3 guys, and then everybody after that just blends together, and it's just whoever scores a touchdown that week you're happy with.
Right.
My
Any
last
points
guy
is better than none.
Oh yeah. And then my last guy at tight end, I got Kyle Rudolph. That's just because Irv Smith is out this week. Again, Kyle Rudolph, he gets involved when Irv Smith is not on the field. So I think Rudolph has a floor of around 4 or 5 PPR points. But again, you can get a touchdown, and then you're happy you're getting a top 6 tight end performance for the week.
Yeah, I mean, fantasy has been such a cluster this year, man, with injuries and everything. You know, I was so confident in my team at the beginning of the year. I had some good running backs, and then all of a sudden, week 2, both my backs go down, and it's just been plug and play this whole time. And then with COVID, you know, you're not sure if guys are playing. It's been a cluster, man. So what about some
my bad,
when
guys.
I go through my fantasy stuff, so I keep track of all my stuff on a spreadsheet, all my stats and all that. And at the end of the year, I'll go back and go through what I did wrong, what I did right, what I can adjust for the following season to do better. And just the small amount of stuff I've looked at going back through the weeks, I think I just have to throw this season out. So, I mean, half my redraft teams are bad and the other half are good. I'm doing very good in Dynasty, but I don't know what to take from this season. There's just been so many wrenches thrown. It's like nobody could have predicted this was going to happen. So I think you just throw this season away and just keep going how we were doing fantasy fall or past seasons for next year.
Yeah, it's just been a cluster this year. Do you have any bets or plays that you like?
All right. So I know the last couple weeks on the show, I've been saying that I've been trying to take light on the betting because I've been getting my ass whooped. But so this week I'm coming back. I got 4 plays. I'm only playing them as half units because I've been getting my ass beat. I'm not playing full units or more than 1 unit. These are just going to be half unit plays. I got New Orleans -2.5. I got the Rams -2.5. Jonathan Taylor over 13.5 receiving yards. He's done that in his last 2 games. He's going up against his soft-ass Texans defense this week. And then this is just for DraftKings. DraftKings for the Bears this week has a super boost on Mitch Trubisky to throw an INT at +100 odds. The original odds they were giving was -155, so they boosted it up to plus 100. That is actually a full unit play for me. The other plays are half units.
All right. Yeah, he's bound to throw that interception right when you think this team can pull ahead.
Cornerbacks are like out this week, from what Eric just said, right?
I mean, it's Mitch Trubisky though.
Yeah, one bad decision or a tip pass.
It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a tough game for the Bears today. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be a game that I'm definitely going to watch, obviously. I'm going to sit here and watch it and be pissed off and probably swear at my team 15 times.
I don't know who Stafford's going to throw the ball to, though, outside of Hawkinson and Marvin Jones. They just cut Marvin Hall, I think it was Friday night.
Yeah. AP. They're going to throw the ball to AP.
Oh, yeah. With the stone hands.
AP and carry on.
Hey, AP can catch the damn ball.
Hey, you say nice things about AP. He's one of the greatest backs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but he still can't catch the ball.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I'd still take him. Though. All right, so that's pretty much it, huh? That's what we got.
Yep, I thought it was a good show.
It was all right. Not too bad.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to argue about what the Bears should do, and that's what's going to end up being most of our shows going forward, because the Bears are terrible and my life with them is an utter wreck.
As you shed a tear and wipe it.
Yeah, he's over there crying now.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Bro, I hate this team so much.
Man, how things change, man. You go back to listen to a couple of our shows beginning of the season. Angela's got high hopes.
Hold on. I've explained this before.
I know you have. We know you have. But you still had the high hopes.
Well, yeah, because why would I when your team starts 5-1, your hopes are that you at least make the playoffs, especially when they add an extra team.
They are not going to make the playoffs.
No, they're not. Well, no, I bet you they do. I bet you they end 9-7 and make the playoffs and nothing changes because everyone's going to be like, oh, well, we made the playoffs this year, so we're heading in the right direction. Our guys never gave up, blah, blah, blah.
I don't think they make the playoffs, dude. I really don't. I don't think they make the playoffs.
I hope they don't because it'll fuck everything up. So that's just what I think.
Well, I mean, how much more of a shit show would it be if the Bears got in there and in one of the NFC least teams got in there?
I mean,
you know what
the
I mean?
Bears, if they were in the NFC East, they'd be in first place.
The NFC least?
Yeah. I mean, so they got that going for them.
Speaking of the NFC East, I completely forgot about this. There is a boost on DraftKings this week. I did play this. I completely forgot about it until you just said the NFC least. There's a boost to plus 175 for every NFC East team to lose this week.
What?
Yeah. So you got. Let me get them right here.
Yeah, I just lost the schedule. Cowboys are going up against the Ravens. That's a loss.
Yeah.
You got the Skins. The Skins are going to beat Pittsburgh. So
the football team.
Oh yeah, fuck. Whatever. Them and the San Diego Chargers are winning this week.
San Diego.
And then
Chargers.
you got the Eagles going up against the Packers, and then what's the other one?
Giants are going to get smoked by somebody because Danny Jones. Seattle.
Oh, Giants against Seattle. So the original parlay odds on the money line was plus 138, but they boosted it up to plus 175.
That's not bad. I would make that bet.
Well, if you're betting it, I'm not betting it. You can't fucking buy a win bet. You haven't won.
Bro, I haven't won since the Bears Cole Kmet. I mean, but realistically, my bets have been a little outrageous.
Yeah.
They've been very outrageous. They've been very outrageous.
Rocco Nagurski to have 2 touchdowns.
It's been like plus 9,200 odds for the parlay.
Sends me a text. Hey, I got a 12-leg parlay with 12 different touchdown scores. A $10 bet pays out $2.5 million.
Yeah, man, I bet that every day. I bet $10 to win $2 million. Why wouldn't you?
Then just start playing the fucking lottery. You have a better chance.
I don't know about that. Dude, one week I was only I was one game away from winning like $10,000. I was so pissed.
Well,
that's sports betting for you.
Were built on losers.
Yep, they were built for me.
I wish I could make a bet against Angelo's bets to win or lose.
You guys, don't believe. One day it's gonna hit.
So time for it. Tyler's lackluster lock of the week. All right. What's the lock this week, Mr. 0-3? Last week you had the Bears to be under 17 points. You lost your lock of the week. It's a bad one. 0-3 now. What's your lock of the week this week? Come on. Tyler's lackluster lock of the
week. Mitch Trubisky interception.
Dig it.
Watch him throw for like fucking 4 touchdowns, not get picked off. Watch him not even throw the ball today, and you lose.
I mean, if the Bears were smart, they might actually consider doing that.
Watch play one. Play one. Mitch goes down with an ankle injury, sits out the rest of the game. Tyler loses his lackluster lock of the week.
Well, knowing my track record over the past fucking, what has it been, month? That'll probably happen.
Yeah. Listen, I had a decent week last week.
I didn't bet at all last week. My bet I gave out, I didn't bet. But I was just trying to use DFS to try and build my bankroll back up. went 0-11 in head-to-head DFS lineups last week.
There you
So
go.
it's just been awful.
Eventually, Tyler, you're gonna shake this off, and you're gonna be back.
You are like running fucking stinkers, buddy. You guys are running heaters. You guys are running fucking stinkers.
I started the year out so hot, and over the past month, it's just been miserable. I can't catch a damn break.
I have a solid parlay bet that I think is.
Oh my God, let's hear it.
Hold on, it's
solid. No, it's seriously solid.
Okay, so it's for the Cleveland Tennessee game. I have the under 52.5. I have a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown.
Okay.
A Jarvis Landry anytime touchdown.
That's shaky.
A Derrick Henry over 100.5 yards. I don't think that's too outrageous. $5 gets you 119. I don't know. I think that's pretty okay.
Swap out Jarvis Landry for Nick Chubb.
Yeah, but Nick Chubb's odds of scoring a touchdown are minus 125. Right. But
there's a reason for that.
Obviously, we think I am. I know that there's a reason for that, but I'm not saying that. I'm trying to make people a little bit of money as fast as they can. This time of year is tough.
$5.
All right. The next betting segment, I'm just gonna jump off for that.
No,
you guys can talk betting. I'll just jump off for the betting segment.
Angelo, come on back. Come back. No, we didn't mean to dump on you, little buddy. I'm sorry.
Whatever. The next bet segment, I'm gonna sit out. No. Don't ask me. Who do you think? I'm just gonna sit there stone faced.
Angelo, we do it because we love you. Nope. Okay, this is why we pick on you. Okay, because your bets are awesome. All right,
that's not true. I know that's not true. I'm not saying my bets are awesome. I'm saying my bets are not as outrageous as you guys are making them seem. Right. I don't think a Jarvis Landry touchdown is that outlandish for a Cleveland Browns team.
No, it's not.
Right. So, I mean, to bet $5 on that, I don't think is crazy. Well, especially I'm very confident in the under in this game for some reason. I just think it's going to be 26 to 20 for some reason, but that's just me.
Well, there you go. So that's Angelo's lock of the week. That's what
I don't lock. I've been on a losing streak. What do you mean lock? No locks here.
Well, can't be as
Tyler's lackluster lock of the week.
Tyler's lock of the week.
Mine's just pissing in the wind parlay of the week. So
taking it easy breezy.
That's right. Hope for the best.
The shred your money showdown with Angelo Camacho.
I like it. I fucking like it.
That's your shred. Yeah,
bro. You know, people out there bet mostly like. I'm not talking about professional bettors, right? But people like me, for instance, they bet these parlays because why? Because it's a better chance to win more money.
It's a higher return is why they make it.
That's what I mean. A higher return.
A better chance.
For the less money you spend with a better chance of winning or the higher return, like you said, yes.
But the books love you guys when you guys do that. Yeah, the books love parlays.
But they hate it when they hit though.
I mean, they've been on a fucking massive winning streak over the past 4 weeks.
The lottery also loves people who buy lottery tickets, right? But then they're pissed off when somebody wins the lottery. So roulette tables also like when roulette tables like the people who go to the roulette table also.
Talking about
I hate the fucking guys that win. So I mean, it's gambling for a reason, right? I say go big or go home. If you're gonna fucking gamble, you might as well try to make as much money as you can for as little bit of a risk as you can. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're throwing down, Angelo. I'm picking up what you're Johnny Manziel. Uh-oh, what's going on?
Mark Andrews is expected to play Tuesday against the Cowboys. He's returning from the COVID IR list.
Somebody just dropped him in my one fantasy league.
You playing with 10-year-olds?
No, but I got Gronk and I got Hayden Hurst. Both have been really good.
I'd probably drop one of them for Mark Andrews.
Yeah, I should probably drop Hayden Hurst. All right, well that's our show.
Kareem Hunt healthy?
Whoa, hold on. I read that wrong. He's not expected to play. My bad.
You're an ass bag. You're making me
I'm
get
sorry,
all hyped.
I'm sorry. I
Okay.
just saw is. I thought he was playing. My bad.
That's all right, Tyler. People make mistakes, man. I'm not holding it against you.
Hooked on phonics quote of the week. Tyler. Dyslexia. Fucking up that. That's all right, though. We're not here to pick on you, Tyler. We're not here to pick on you. It's bad enough you're a Packer fan. We didn't give him any shit for that, by the way.
Yeah, because he won last week.
He didn't give us any shit about it either.
Yeah, because the Bears are terrible.
Do you feel that bad?
So listen to this. I went to it was a Bears Packers game at Soldier Field like 3-4 years ago. Now every Bears game I went to, whether or not the Bears were playing the Packers or whoever the hell they were playing, I'm head to toe in all my Packers shit. Packers won, and we're leaving the stadium. There's a couple guys behind me trying to talk shit. And I just look around. I said, who won? He's like, see, look, we can't even talk shit.
Yeah, no, we can't. The Bears fans cannot talk shit.
Yeah, because the Bears are garbage.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm tired. I got to go wash my ass and shave my head and start getting ready for food and stuff like that. It's football Sunday, baby. It's football Sunday. We got a football Sunday, football Monday, and football Tuesday coming ahead. I'm excited for it.
Got to put together all my DFS lineups for the day.
I got to check my fantasy. And, if you're going to make bets, guys, go with Tyler's lock of the week. His lackluster lock of the week. And that's it. That's it. We're all done, guys. That's it. All right. We will see you guys next week, Sunday, 9 a.m.
Adios.
And be good.
Go Pack, go.
Fuck the Packers.